Alright, 1 second. Just getting everything set up. Opening the chat. There we go. Alright guys, we're going to do what was suggested yesterday, which is going to be France as royal recruits only. And I'm going to be fighting the French, okay, on Marshal. None of these matter, and we're going to go in. See what happens here. It's France versus France. So we're going to create like a revolutionary template. I'm going to get rid of any of my non-royal recruits. And we're going to see if we can get just through Act 1. I think this is good for our royal recruit there. And for the flag, we'll do... Why don't we do the pre-revolutionary French flag? I guess I don't mean pre-revolutionary, I just mean early revolutionary, which is where the red is on the left and then white blue. Yeah. So let's go with this. And we'll go for a dark blue. And no emblem. That's good. Actually, call him a revolutionary recruit. There. Then we'll port him over. Can we even load his name too? Oh, load regimental name. Excellent. Beautiful. We're gonna have heroes of the revolution. So, you know, maybe if someone proves himself in battle, we can name him after one of you guys. You can be our heroes. Alright, we've got 2 weapons that we gotta switch out. We're gonna equip grenades. We've got bayonets. Already we're looking better, right? We'll keep this bayonet for later. Alcohol will probably sell. We need the morale. Both of those give morale. Sell this, sell that, sell this, sell that. No emblem. Maybe the troops will have to earn their emblems, okay? They'll have to do something in battle to earn their emblem. Are you tired? For me, it sounds like you're tired. Yeah, I woke up really late today. I've not had coffee yet. Also, if we are to do this on Marshal with only royal recruits, we got to get the general giving as much morale as possible. I think that part is important. And we're good to go. We can't use any of the renowned units. I do think we have to go for Central France, thematically speaking, to overthrow Paris. But let's get a good doctrine. Casualty, restoration, melee. Let's just see what we're looking for here. Cover would actually be good. Brigade command radius to recover our recruits if they run away would be good. Brigade officer morale in the command radius is doubled, so just more morale. It's not bad. Officer veterancy gain, 80. You know, it is interesting doing duelist officers because if the officers all get upgraded, we can get them all to level 5 as soon as possible. And if you get them to level 5, they're going to give all these boosts. So something there does sound interesting, right? So let's keep this in the back pocket as duelist officers. That's a good candidate. Training doesn't really matter, I guess, because we don't need to upgrade into anything. Unless we want veterancy, but I don't know. Collecting money is good. I'm just looking around. Getting the general's size to be larger would be helpful, because that'd be our only cavalry unit, wouldn't it? Yeah. I actually think this is actually necessary, because if we need to charge artillery or charge something down to stop our infantry from being killed, literally our general is going to be the only mounted unit. I think we have to do that. I know that sounds kind of weird to do, but we can basically turn him into cavalry for the challenge. We'll go ahead and Napoleon Bonaparte. He needs a bicorn. And I'll have normal hair. What looks good for Napoleon? A young Napoleon. He looks kind of French. I like that. And then all of our guys here need to wear blue. Let yourself have provincial cavalry. I don't know. I think we have to go all royal recruit. I'm just going to try to get through Act 1. I mean, what do you guys think? What are the parameters of the challenge? I interpreted the challenge as you only use royal recruits and see if you can get through Act 1 on Marshal. That's the context of the challenge to me. You tell me if there's any like special rules or anything though. I don't think we're allowed even a provincial cavalry unit. I'm going to use my general though. I am going to use Napoleon and give him charge. Yeah. And we'll give him a proper, like, Napoleonic flag. I don't think I would change anything else. I think that's good. And I'm going to go for the boosting the general. I don't think provincial cavalry is allowed with a royal recruit only. I think the spirit of the challenge is that it's just a mob. We've got to overthrow France. And funnily enough, you actually can't beat the supply cache with the 2 starting recruits. So we have to go and get lucky. We can force march because we barely have any guys. And I'll probably get money. And we have to dodge. Okay, more coins. Nice. We're going to get a free unit. We're going to disband him and just take his equipment, which would be nice. We have to come back to that, but we can't take it on now. It's going to have a cavalry unit. But yeah, I think the initial part of this challenge is pretty much going to be... Oh, we've got double supply caches. That's good to know for later. But the early part of this challenge is just going to be trying to get a few of these encounters to... Get 100 or 100. Oh, let's do this. Yeah, we need to definitely get some items. I think the next like doctrine we have to search for is something for cheaper item slots or items themselves. Just in time. I have a lot of reservists. There, we're getting a lot of stuff. And then we're going to go back and knock out 2 supply caches. And I'm force marching everywhere. We got to go through this swamp. This is our little Revolutionary Guard. We can get civilian items for fieldworks. This is a kind of a lame encounter. I never liked this one, actually. I think the rewards should just be greater on it. Yeah, raiding is definitely not the way to go. Damn, we need that outpost, though. That's a shame. Damn. Okay, there's a 6,400 man. No, I can't take him on. Okay. I'm gonna go up. Sell off all of this for 800. And buy a royal recruit. Are there any discounted royal recruits? Auxiliary, we can't use that. Double auxiliary barracks, can't even use it. That's a shame. Item costs are cheaper in the south if we want to utilize that. I think, though, we pretty much just have to buy what we can get here. I want to try to get one more recruit. I'm going to give him another weapon. Let's give him a liege and a bayonet. Do you have some things for your next game to show? I can show off something simply later on if you'd like me to. If you remind me at the end of the stream. We have some concept art that we made. Should we number our royal recruits? We'll go like 1E, 2E. Technically, he's the third. There you go. Maybe buckshot would actually be great to get accuracy for our guys. We can also get basic earthworks to trade at that encounter in the back. Sell these. We only lose 18, right? No, we lose 340. We don't even have enough money. Damn. Okay. I'll do this. Okay. And what we're going to do is just immediately run back here. I'm going to take on that army. There. Give them field works. We get $60 and 3 items. We can sell these off now. And at least that encounter's done. Yeah, let's get rid of those. We don't need them. Back up to 162. My 1E is my special Revolutionary Guard. One guy in each brigade will have an eagle. So this guy's going to have the eagle banner. There. And he'll have the gold trim. And I'm going to give him buckshot. And we need 4 units to take on that patrol. We need 4 units to take on the patrol. And I don't know how to get that amount without... Insane farb. Well, listen, Racer, I don't think it's even historically accurate to have a royal recruit only army. Maybe if it's Rossbach. Okay, we have a thunderstorm, which is actually not bad. Delay them by a week. Let's see if we can go grab something from the herd, because these are sometimes fun. I have so many reservists, it's not even a bad idea. There. That's not bad. Got some money from that. I'm going to come back and fight this army that was patrolling this way. And then we have to swing back left to take out the depots. Okay, there we go. We're going to just see what we can do here. We might have to fight this multiple times to grind them down, because it's all infantry. Okay, the difference is their royal recruits have crappy weapons and ours have slightly better weapons. And we've got a general, and they don't. So we'll see. We've got to try to bait them into some kind of terrain here. This is the first Battle of the Revolution. Yeah, we do have Blandian, which is just objectively bad for us. At least, though, they lose accuracy, so it kind of resets it back to normal. Look at our revolutionary recruits. Beautiful. What are we going to do? They won't play defensively. I think we just hold this town, because we get a ton of cover. I'm going to rush the town to make sure I can hold it. Okay. Why'd I change the flags and formations? The flags now use a proper colonel's color, or king's color, rather. Which is more historically accurate, which I like. Like, this actually is what they would have carried. And then the formations just look nicer without the gap. I just don't really care for the gap. Will there be an option to remove the king's color? The thing is, here's my rule. Here's my thing. You guys are going to notice everything we change, the first thing people will say is, can it be an option? Like the unit spacing, can it be an option? The flags, can it be an option? Formation dragon, can it be an option? When we first announced the game would have a 3D camera that would let you do this, whereas originally the game always looked like this, right? When we announced it had a 3D camera, the first thing we heard, the top comment was, can it be an option? I noticed anytime we put things in as options, everybody gets very happy, and then you check the actual utilization of the option, and like 0.1% of people will use it. So it ends up being like this huge time sink for development, because it just sounds nice, right? Like if you make something an option, that's great. It's a win-win. Everybody wins. But you end up having to balance multiple things, check multiple things if they're broken, and no one ends up using it anyways. So, here, I think we can go back into the town, actually. So, yeah, I don't think I'll make it an option because I just think it's better. And then sometimes also, you just have to sort of, if you think something looks good, or is better, or feels better, you know, you just have to make that the experience. And some things can be options, like difficulty. The difficulty modifiers work great as an option. But, you know, the core aesthetics of the game, I don't know. Like, I'm happy with how it looks. I think, realistically, if I added an option for people to change... I need to pull these guys in a little bit more. If I made it an option to change the king's color, no one, I promise you, like, no one's going to use it. Maybe you would, right? But, like, out of all the players... Oh, beautiful. Look at that. We drew them right in. We got 100% cover. Now we can hit them. I've got no cover here, but if I go on the road, I won't run out of stamina. And these guys are in good cover. They have buckshot. So I'm going to make good use of that in a sec. Okay. We're going to go up and hit these guys with buckshot. And I have my Napoleon general. Again, we might lose this battle, but we're just going to replenish our guys and fight it again. And that's okay. And I need to kind of get away from them, but get closer to these guys for the buckshot. There we go. That's perfect. What's the X on the... The X means they're on hold fire. Because I told them to hold fire, so here's a trick. If they're not on hold fire, they're going to fire at the first opportunity. So they're going to shoot right at the end of their range where the effective range drops off the most. The closer you are, the more accurate they are. So if you let the enemy pull themselves in, your first volley can be a lot more powerful. In fact, you know, it could even be worth just... no, I like... This cover is amazing. I mean, I'm winning this battle 2-1 right now because of the cover. And I think we need to go boost his morale. Oh, dude, I shouldn't have done that. I really thought they'd be okay. I forgot about these guys. Like I said, I think there's a decent chance we lose this, and we just have to fight it again. I really just need to, like, hit them. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I feel like a lot of these tiny things are just quality of life, which is great, more than doable if you have a massive dev team and budget. Yeah, it's definitely, like, vape, I think you just have to pick and choose. Like, I definitely agree it's always nice to have more agency, more options, more toggles. But every feature you add, even quality of life stuff, always can come with things breaking. And beyond that, let's say it doesn't break, it's just time. You know, like if we had to put in a custom system to switch out all the flags, the whole flag system is built for one flag type right now. So you've got to go redo the foundation. So it might be like 3 hours of work, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's like half a work day on an option that people may not even use. So then those things add up, right? And then you look at the task list, and it's 86 tasks you've got to get done this month. And you tack one more on, and one more on, and one more on, and then suddenly you're never going to get the game done. So yeah, it's a tough balance. You don't want to make the game too rigid, to where people can't actually customize their experience. I need to pull these guys back so I can get everybody in my command radius to bring these other guys back. I wonder if I charge them. No, I can't. I think I can run and grab these guys. There we go, they're back. I need to, like... You know what I could do is maybe... They have 100% cover. What if I move these guys down and double team the guy on the right? And then let these guys spend all that time walking up. They're winded. I'm winded, to be fair. These guys are fine because they were on the road. And these guys are going to get tired, so I'm going to have to walk them there. But yeah, everybody needs to be in the command radius. There we go. And like I said, I'm okay to fight this battle a couple times because we have a lot of extra manpower. So we can leave the battle, replenish, and fight it again. Might be able to, like, you know what? Why don't we do, like, fire in advance with buckshot? I think that'll actually work really well. This guy's holding out because he's in cover. There, they retreated. I can't chase them down. They're not going to come back. I'm going to swing Mr. Buckshot over. Have these guys wait behind them. You're doing counter marching? Yeah, that's cool. I think it is an effective tactic that's underutilized. I'll rush these guys to position. So this should be good. A side shot with buckshot here. Oh, excellent. And then look, now we just advance. And then we're going to slowly ripple down the flank, hopefully. Well, 2 volleys going off, so it should break them. I'm going to hit them again just to be safe. There we go. There. They're not coming back now. Then we can actually turn. I feel like the 3rd E should earn some kind of award for this, because this dude held this town for everybody else to survive, you know? So think of a special name or something on the flag we could give him. These guys are just replenishing. We'll stack them up. And then we're going to do the fire in advance down to the flank. Name them after the battle location. Yeah, we could do that. A fort. Yeah, we could give them a fort emblem as well. There we go. They fired. Yeah, these guys are doing awesome. They pretty much won the battle for us. They're just holding the middle. We're going to rush the buckshotters up. There we go. See how we do here. Excellent. Let me rush these guys up. I think we'll do one more shot and probably charge, because we got 2 units to their 1. We're about to leave our radius, so we'll move up. Make sure Bonaparte is inspiring. Let's hit them again. There we go. In fact, I could even just pull them this way. There we go. Excellent. Alright, we have good continuous fire going. Use your grenades. Oh, dude, I forgot we had grenades. Who's got them? Our first E. These guys have them. Okay. I don't have a good angle, though. I'm going to use them against these guys at the bottom. I just don't have a good angle. There we go. Okay. They're exhausted now. So look at their stats. Really, really low. So I'm going to take advantage of that and charge everybody in. Oh, they retreated. Well, they held the towns for so long. They pretty much saved the day over here, so I'm still happy with how they did. And then let's pull this guy out so we can get a grenade thrown during the melee. Which melee are they on? Which? There's like a guy that's stuck. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, they're fine. Look at that. Let's throw the grenades right into that pile. There we go. Overshot that a little bit. I'll pull it a little closer then. Yeah, they overthrew him a little bit. I think I'll charge in then. I think I got it. Now they're exhausted. Do they even have bayonets? They do. Alright, well. I think we got it. Excellent. Okay, that was a tough... It was a 12-minute battle with just royal recruits. Now I should have enough money to get the 4th royal recruit, which means I can do the depot battles. The depot battles, the reason you want to avoid those if you're doing this challenge, the way the game's code works, this is just some insight. Minor victory means you get the most amount of insight, by the way, here, which is very good. If you get a decisive victory, you get few insight. So this is good to suffer casualties early on if you're doing a challenge like this. We want to probably take cash, because 600 means we get a recruit. Yeah, Napoleon could have long hair, you're right. But I'm going to explain how the AI works to help you out if you want to try this. The only long hair comes with a mustache. Unfortunately. Yeah. So we'll just have to do regular brown hair. Like this. So the first the first patrol army you find gets automatically adjusted in its composition to have its cavalry removed when you're playing this game. The depot battle always has a cavalry unit and some crappy recruits. It's usually about 3 guys. And then the very first patrol you encounter is also weak, but it always has no cav. And that's the first patrol you encounter. Now you can screw this up because if you find a patrol and then run away and go find a different one, that other one that you find is going to have the full strength. So you basically want to engage the very first patrol you can after having recruited a unit and then rush back and get these depots done. So now we've got enough money to go back with 600. Let's knock out this... Oh, that's good. Only 90 and we get this, which we can sell for way more. Good. Let's get rid of those. I'll keep the uniform. Well, no. Fuck it. I'll get rid of those because the encounters give us free units, but we can't use free units. You have to use the royal recruits. Hi, Kelly. What's up? Do you want to shut the door so I don't bother you? Because I'm just chatting.
I'm going outside.
You're going outside?
Do you know where the book is?
The book. Probably on this shelf or in the bedroom. There's no camera, so you can come in.
Because the weather's so good, I have
Oh,
to
there it
read
is.
chapters.
At the bottom, it's
Yeah.
underneath all that, yeah. Also, we're calling it the book, which sounds weird. It's Brandon F's book called The Corpse War, and Kelly and I are taking turns reading.
But we only have one copy, so
We only have one copy. We're sharing it,
That's
yeah.
the book. Wait.
All right. Let me go.
I'm sorry. I don't want to fall. No. How did I do that so badly? I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're good.
I just needed the book.
Okay. Oh, that book, yeah. Brandon F just got off his stream. Yeah, well, we're reading his book. We're reading through it. Cool. I'm actually going to give the lances... I got to open the game up real quick for a fix. I'm going to give the lances to the general. There we go. Also, who was it? I think it was these guys. Who was the unit that really held the line for us? Was that the 2nd E or was that the 3rd? These guys have buckshot and grenades. 3rd E, yeah. Revolutionary, well, What do we want to call them? Guards? And these guys are Revolutionary Grenadiers. They could be Garrison if we want a less prestigious nickname. And I'll give them a little castle. I think this is... Actually, that would fit well with the... Grenadiers can get the charge. And I'll give the morale over here. Give stamina to these dudes. Okay. And we need to buy another recruit. There we go. Sorry, 1 second. I have to push a fix. Imperial. Okay. This guy is good then. This dude needs a better musket. And we need a bayonet. I don't know if we have bayonets here, though. Did I ever sell one? Nah. But we're going to head back now. And take out those depots. In fact, is there any other town? If I slip back here, I can grab another recruit and then knock those out even better. So let's do that. We're running out of food. Maybe food consumption would be helpful with the amount of numbers we're going to have. So I'm going to take one of these to reduce the food consumption slowly. I'm going to give even more morale, because we need that. And I'll need morale recovery as well. Maybe even move speed is going to be helpful. There we go. Okay, I'm going to force march. That's a big patrol. I don't want to fight them. I'm going to camp out. By the way, the forests, you consume the least amount of food. Look, I'm only consuming 2. So if you forage in a forest, it's very helpful. We've got beautiful weather. If they leave this damn village, come on. Are they just never going to leave? I'm bleeding out here. Alright, they're not going to leave. That is very surprising. I'm going to have to get the reservists then, and I'll take food from this battle. 4 units, 2 of which are cav. We'll see what we can do. Also, this is melee, which is actually helpful. Yeah, we need melee to defend against the cav, so these guys need the melee buffs. I'm also going to roll out a very sneaky patch for the game because I broke an Austrian doctrine without realizing it, so I'm just going to roll out a quick patch on my other monitor real quick. Hold on. I'm not even going to do change logs because in the last change log I said I fixed it, but I didn't actually. Okay, it's not up just yet. 1 sec. What do these guys got? Morale recovery. Yeah, we're going to form, like, blocks to deal with the cav. I'm going to keep the grenadiers in the back so we can hit them with buckshot. And Napoleon will move up. This is like learning how to play from God. Hi Apollo, how are you? I'm doing a Royal Recruit only run. So I renamed my general to Napoleon. And I've got my French revolutionaries. And I'm fighting French. So France v France. I guess I could spread out for now until the cav comes. But I'm just worried once the cavalry does arrive that it's going to be difficult to dislodge. Are they going to charge me already? Or just moving up? Okay. There's the cav moving, so I'm going to go back to being in a dense block. The denser the formation, the better it is to repel cavalry or charges. So we just want to be careful. Maybe I could fire through the gap by just kind of giving a little room for these guys, but I want them to be able to hit the cavalry if the cav charges. Only the center platoon is firing through here, so at least my right and the left platoons of this regiment will be loaded in the case of a charge. I really wanted one more recruit for this. But that other patrol would not leave. There we go, they're gone. Cavalry's coming in. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to have to move back. These guys are going to break. There's just no way they're going to fend off this cav charge who has heavy sabers. So they're going to move back and buckshot the cav, and they will win. These guys are going to charge in and hit me. I'm going to hold fire and just shoot them at point blank. They're also going to lose. Meaning these guys need to save them. And so we're going to have to turn. And Napoleon's just going to hold the center. Yeah. And then we also... You know, because we're fully loaded, let's hold fire and just hit them. Okay, so I hit them there. Then we're just going to form a block. They hit... See how if you have a dense formation, we don't take a ton of morale damage on impact? We are going to lose, though. They are going to retreat. The guard will make the sacrifice, and our grenadiers are going to get ready to use buckshot. These recruits are also going to break. Maybe they won't because they have an officer attached. We'll see. They have Rohan. But I've got these guys ready to fire once the lines break. Okay, there's the first line broken. They need to hurry up. Come on, guys. Alright, now we're going to do buckshot, and this we should win. Because we're going to have buckshot plus the generals nearby. There we go. And then we can even tell the general to actually charge. We're going to have these guys now fire. And look, the Revolutionary Guard's back. They've returned. You can always count on the guard, man. They'll always come back. We're going to move these guys up. Move these guys up. And then I'll help these guys out now. And look, our other revolutionary recruits are inspired. Okay, now we're going to move our formation blocks up. I actually am going to let Napoleon shatter them, because otherwise they are going to come back. There we go. I'm gonna throw grenades in the front. Okay, they stopped their charge. Is this ultra? This is epic unit size. Epic is now viable because you don't have those annoying gaps in the line, so it actually looks nice for once. So I think epic is actually fun to play on. And we'll use Napoleon to break their cav. There we go. And we've got a doctrine that we're going to get soon that's going to make Napoleon's unit size much larger, which is helpful. Okay. And then we've got another depot battle to fight after this, but I really desperately want that other patrol army to leave, so I can just grab that 4th recruit, or 5th recruit, rather. We need the 5th recruit. And the bloodier the battle, the better it is. Like, losing this many guys... The units replenish very quickly, so there's really no loss. They replenish very quickly. And we gain a lot of insight. So it was a major victory, which means we gained 2. If it was decisive, we'd only gain 1. We're gonna take the food. Replenish everything. A little bit low on manpower, that's fine. Can't upgrade anything, so they're just gonna remain at level 4. Fine by me. We can give everyone like little sabers and stuff. Little hangers. Will there be earnable medals? No, but that was an idea that we had at one point, which does sound kind of cool. These dudes just won't leave the location. That's very surprising. They're guarding it. Usually the patrols will continuously move. What is the best course of action? Maybe we get a little bit more morale. And we could get some army replenishment. Like that. We give Napoleon some riding boots. And whoever has a free slot, we can give a spontoon for morale. That's nice. That's a lot of morale. Thing is, we can't even restock. What the hell is going on there? We're halfway out of time. we're halfway out of time with 4 units, and we can't. And we're stuck. We're blocked by a patrol that's glitched out. I mean, I don't know if it's glitched, but it should be moving, and it's been here for 15 days. We already bought all the recruits. We're just gonna have to fight this patrol battle and lose, and fight it multiple times. Free. Oh, I took provisions. I meant to click prisoners. Yeah, I didn't want to fight the depot battle, OH, because I'm gonna lose it. It's 2 professionals and cavalry, and I just have 4 injured recruits. I really wanted to get to that town, and I needed 1 more guy. But I don't know if I'm even going to win this. Yeah. As a professional game developer, how does it feel to do YouTube work like streaming? I don't know. I think it's pretty natural to me because I've done YouTube for so long, Apollo. So I enjoy streaming when it's not. If I'm not doing it for profit, it's quite enjoyable, actually. And I just get to show off my game, which is fun. I got coffee cakes and then drank all my damn coffee. Didn't even use it. What was even the point? Napoleon's staff has grown. That was the joke? I didn't... What was the punchline, Apollo? I don't even know what the joke was, man. I don't even know. Okay. We've got 2 regulars and the cav. I'm gonna hang out on the hill, I guess. It's very frustrating that we got blocked out of that village. Dude, we're definitely not gonna win this. We're not gonna win this region. I got 4 units. I can't even Apollo, how's your day going, man? What are you up to? Your video covering the game did quite well. I'm happy that people enjoyed it. I also looked back on the first video that you did for us for Master Command, and that one got more views than the Fire Maneuver video, which is great because I thought Fire Maneuver was, you know, kind of the more marketable game, and it always had more views on your channel. But it's cool to see. I think you've got the most viewed Master Command video on YouTube, including my own, or like any trailers or anything I've tried to release. Which is pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of the people who play the game heard about it from you, which is awesome. I'm just going to tap him with my general. There we go. Just to mess with him. People said you played Sweden correctly. Yeah, dude, you were doing the Gaupaw tactic. I don't know how much you know about it, but in real life, the whole idea for the original Gaupaw was that the Swedes... Oh, fuck! Wasn't paying attention! Was that they would fire 1 volley at point blank and then charge immediately afterwards. Like, the way you use your guys is exactly what the whole tactic was about. And then the other thing is, people who do know about the Swedes and the Gaupaw tactic would play as them and then not charge the whole time. They would sit back and do firing lines and then die. And then everyone was like, dude, you're playing Sweden wrong. And yeah, I think you played it correctly, which is cool. I don't know what to do here. That cav is like freaking me out. I really want them to charge me so I can countercharge. The general is the only thing holding the army together right now. And I'm fighting 2 professional French Fusiliers. I really don't know tactically what to do in this case. I guess we just have to wait until the enemy takes enough casualties that they commit the cav, and then we can beat the cavalry, and once we do, then we can mop up. But at the moment, I mean, honestly, maybe instead of waiting for the cav to wreck one of my units that's already hurt, why don't we see if we can lure them? Are they really not going to be lured? All right. Well, I'll stand out front and wait for them to come. Oh, man. That's rough. We're probably going to have to fight this battle again. They're not going to come back. I'm going to just buckshot these guys. Really? Are you kidding me? Alright, hold on. We can get them to break. We just got to grenade them. There. They're gone. Now the charge comes in. We turn off fire at will. And I guess I'll just have to use Napoleon to countercharge this position. Yeah. I'll gear up for the charge. And I'll just cycle charge it. And see if I can do any damage doing that. You should buy spontoon. Dude, I know. I saw the spontoons, how much morale they give, and like melee damage and everything. The spontoons are pretty much the way to go. Even if we lose this battle, we will actually be screwed. Yeah, no, we don't have any reservists, and all the towns are bugged out because there's a permanent patrol that won't leave. That's 9,000 men that I can't beat, so I think this might be the end of the run. Because I would normally fight this battle multiple times, but there's no villages spawn nearby, no towns spawn nearby. The only village is blocked, and the only other village is too far away. So I think I might be completely screwed here. Look at Napoleon just getting shredded. And I was 1 doctrine away from getting the boost to my general to make him a combat unit. So he's not going to be good enough to take that unit on there. I bet I can rally these guys. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. There we go. I'm rallied. He's going to come back, though. That's a problem. There we go. Yeah, if we can shatter him, we're in a good spot. Oh, thank God. They could have shattered as my general left. That would have been bad. Okay, I just need to tease them until they... I guess we go on the hill. I'm not sure. But I need to shatter the cav. I'm in trouble with morale, so I need to just lead them on. Just keep falling back. I think they are underneath the threshold. Unless that... Oh, dude. Okay, I think we're okay. If Napoleon can come back in time, then we'll have the morale we need. I think Whittaker, it's Gaupaw. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to go back to the church, because that's got even more cover. And I just need the morale from Napoleon. They're chasing me. The cavalry... Oh, no, the infantry's back. That's fine. We can deal with that. Beautiful. We got the morale we needed. We got 100% cover. I'll let them fire. Then we sprint forward. We have no grenades left, which is unfortunate. Sprint forward. And then hit them. There we go. Look at that. And we've got cover. They don't. We're going to get hit. Okay, that's fine. Our next volley should break them. No, this is not this is not modded. We're gonna let them hit us again. And then I'm running straight up to them. Who retreated? What the? Well, that's it, guys. We lost. Because this one unit came back. Yeah, that sucks. And I think the campaign's over. Because we got unlucky. Yeah. I think we'll gain some insight from this. Oh, it's fire by rank. You're right. Oh, we gained no insight. Oh, that's rough. That's actually a bug. You're actually supposed to get a ton of insight if you lose a battle. So I'm going to note that down. Okay. Dude. That's a weak army now. The town is still... Alright, here's what we have to do. Watch this. Fuck it. I don't know why we didn't do this before. They're gonna attack us. And we say, fuck off. And I'm just gonna go to the town and buy the recruit I want. There. What can we give away? Yeah, it's worth selling this. There we go. You can win with Cav if you can I'm not allowed to recruit any Cav. The whole challenge is Royal Recruit only. And the HQ is about to come and I have 4 units. So I'm completely fucked, but you know, we'll play it out to the end. More morale, that's fine. Make him the Polish Legion, I could do that. There. Yeah, we're halfway on time. I'm gonna move back up and engage that patrol or that depot battle again. Just need a couple days. Oh my god, dude. Alright. I think we have to take him on first. Yep. Let's see what happens here. God, this is so incredibly difficult. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we hold this, or we hold the... I mean, I guess we just hold the hill. Yeah, we might as well just sit back. Like, why expose ourselves? Put the Grenadiers in the back. Let's put the Polish Legion in the front. Put the 2 weak guys on the flanks. Make sure the general is inspiring everybody. There. Alright. More Mauritians. They're going to do fire by rank again. At least they're a little weaker this time. I didn't really get many kills, though, so this is pretty much a full-strength army. And my army is weak. Dude, I could have swore I had... Did one of our units fully die? Didn't we have 4 units in the previous battle? We did have 4 units, so one of them got completely wiped out. Is that right? How come we only have 4? I thought we had 4 in the previous battle. Okay, let me rewind the stream. Yeah, I had 4 units. One got shattered. Yeah, but dude, he got shattered at full health. So he dies at... He went below the threshold at full health? How's that possible, though? Who died? Look, they're fine. I'm so confused here. Is it because I retreated from this battle? I guess it's because I retreated from the battle that they suffered attrition and then died. When I fled, yeah. That sucks. That's pretty much a... That's a game over, dude. If I lost that unit and I'm back to ground zero, look, we gotta try it again. I'm giving it another shot. We have to try it again. Marshal again. We're going to fight only France. I think the new strategy... What else could we do? Alright, we don't do any of these. Marshal. I definitely want that doctrine that boosts my general, I feel. 15% charge. If I charge, I die. We got to go here for the general. Also, the French guards, when we disband them, we get 1,800 manpower. So 1,800 manpower and our general becomes powerful. We're going to stack everything into morale. We have to disband everybody else. Try burning settlements. I could do that. Put these guys here. Yeah, we can't get attached to these guys. You know, we'll give them the flags, but we can't give them names yet because I don't even know if we're going to make it out of this alive. We got to retry a lot of times. Does the general combat effectiveness do anything? Yeah, this general's combat effectiveness makes him a better fighter. Yeah, and rush spontoons, true. We should get spontoons for everybody. Can you play tall with recruits using items? That's what I'm going to try to do. We can't take on the supply cache. At least we have more towns nearby for once, huh? There's Paris. We have to burn down Paris as part of the revolution. Best bet is to stack morale. Yeah, why don't we go here? Item costs. So why don't we just sell our stuff first? I mean, is there a better place that sells for selling items? No. We'll sell all of that. I'll give the liquor to the general. Just give him a nicer hat. There we go. Maybe a thinner face too. And then we have grenades there. I need 500 for a recruit, so we can immediately grab one. There's our third recruit. We want to put him probably melee to defend himself. Melee is for defense, so do that. We can't do provincial cav. Yeah, Luke, the fire in advance. We can definitely try fire in advance. I did that a little bit earlier in the stream. Buckshot was actually really important, too. I remember that buckshot unit was getting a lot of kills from that. We need coins. As many coins as possible. I also think we've got to rush the battlefields if we can. So let's force march and get up there, knock out that battlefield, and knock out that one. That's 2. And if our general could be a larger unit, we can actually use him as cavalry. Veterancy, earthworks, or stakes. I guess veterancy doesn't really matter if we're not going to upgrade anyways. I mean, our stats are going to improve. Or, though, we get earthworks or stakes to defend ourselves from charges. This is probably the way to go. Oh! Oh, okay. It separates it in 2. I thought we only got 1. This way, if he gets charged down, he's going to be fine. So we'll give him the little symbol so we know that if this guy gets charged, he'll be okay. And then the wooden stakes, I'll keep. Why not? But that's good, because the biggest danger for the Royal Recruits is getting charged down by Cav. A chaplain is not bad as well. And we can get provisions we don't need. Chaplain gives us morale, and oh, that's perfect, dude. This guy has no morale items, so look at this. We get him up to 38 now. Let's go to Chantilly. And sell that crap off. Let's see if we can get a spontoon. There's no spontoons, right? Nah, it'd be at the quartermaster. Anything... That's 4 morale. Yeah, we need morale items. Or a little gun. 81. I can get a Delft musket. I might as well get that, so I'm not using a rustic musket. Because look, this guy's just going to be completely useless at 12 accuracy versus 15. 115 range versus 130. Yeah, it's just going to make him better. Cheese is cheap. Yeah, you're right. Did they have cheese here? No cheese. Oh, they did. That would have been the better move, honestly. That would have been the best purchase right there. Yep. Yep. It's all cities, so these are not going to be easy to burn down. Maybe we could burn this place down on the left. So far, this start isn't looking great for us either. I don't really love this. But we need 4 recruits up as soon as possible. We got a little money from this. We got more cheese. Okay, cheese is good. Cheese is good. So we got it in the end anyways. Move down. We know the depot's back there. And we'll come back to it later. Tough field army, no. I could fight the tough field army and just run away from it. And I'd rather take the Charleville, and I'll probably just dump the other items. So he's there. Retreat. There. We're good. Force march down. Oh, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Fire damage received, supply wagons, and cavalry accuracy. So these 2 are useless, but fire damage received isn't bad. He's a level 3 officer, which I think is better than just stamina. So I think that's good. John coping with grenades. Yeah, you might be right about John coping with grenades, yeah. And then the other guys should get Charlevilles, because I like getting good range. And then let's book it this way. Oh, what was that? Got more weapons. Let's keep it going, keep marching. We got a fort. Got more stuff. I just want to sell all that crap off. Carbine for the general. Oh, dude, you guys are being so helpful. Absolutely, carbine for the general. Yeah. I may even sell off the heavy saber and just give him a hussar saber for now. Because he doesn't need that. It's not going to be that effective with him. And I could just get the money. There. We've got 371. And for our next row recruit, it's 449. 449. How do we make a little bit more money? How much does this give me? Hmm. 400. I need 49. I might as well keep it at this point. I've not fought a single battle, right? Yeah. Damn, this is tough. I just need the 4th recruit. Go raid a city. You're right, I could raid. Why don't we go back down? This guy's gonna permanently chase me, that's the issue. I don't know. Thank you, Kirsten. I appreciate the encouraging words that this is just a giant waste of time. That's very helpful, man. I appreciate that. It might be a waste of time, dude, but I want to see if it's possible, man. Why not? Why not? Try fighting the guy. Should I fight him? I don't know. There's 15,000 guys. I'm going to lose that. With a bunch of inexperienced royal recruits. I mean, can I sweep back and take out the patrol army that was back here? Okay, this guy I could beat. There we go. There we go. That's possible. That's winnable. If I can beat this army, then I can ransom for cash. And then I can ransom for cash. And then I can get my 4th recruit. I don't think winning is the objective, but seeing how far you can go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would like to win, though. I just want to get through Act 1. That's kind of my goal, to see if you can actually get through Act 1. You need to make a gaming guide for how to achieve this. By the way, a little glitch here. You can see there's a subdivision in the back, which is kind of funny. I missed my buckshot. That is the thing I did really like. Alright. I'll do fire in advance with grenades. So they fired first. Then I'm going to fire. Then I'm going to throw grenades. I might even just charge these guys down if they're royal recruits, right? Because they have rusty bayonets. And actually, their biggest strength is that they have an accuracy modifier. So I'm going to double team these guys next. Honestly, the supply wagon's not bad because it's just going to give us free ammunition, so we don't have to actually pay for ammo. Look, so we're going to leave the battle with no ammo usage. And that saves us money. So you know what? I'll take it. This is also a level 3 officer, so he's giving 8 morale, which is also a pretty lucky find. But yeah, we desperately need to get the 4th recruit. Once you get a 4th recruit, we can actually hunt patrols. But with 3 recruits, you're completely screwed. Okay, let's shatter him and come back, get our free ammo. We are going to min-max everything. If we can get free ammunition, I will take it. And we'll go back to doing the firing line. There we go. Free ammo, free ammo, free ammo. Good. Napoleon's got carbines. Let's see if we can get them to work. I heard they do not work that well, though. Yeah, for whatever reason, the carbines and the general don't really... know why that is. Maybe on a charge they'll work, I don't know. But if they don't work, we can sell them. Okay, we're doing okay this battle. I actually really thought that buckshot was super helpful before. Okay, I think we're good for a charge. There we go. Oh, there's another unit? Are you kidding me? I didn't even see the other guy. That being said, I think I can just run everyone else down. Okay, we got French Fusiliers. Let's line these guys up. Let's get some wide lines. And then I'm going to have these guys there. And these guys there. What are they doing? Are they charging me? Oh, jeez. Well, hopefully I can, maybe get my... No, we're not going to get our Chivota Freeze set up. That sucks. I'll have to just charge in. Yeah, I don't know about this one. What I could probably do is try to pull Napoleon through and then rear charge. And I just have to cycle. I have to just keep recharging. Simply what you missed is that we lost the other run, so I restarted a new one. And this one's probably going just as bad so far, to be honest. I've just not gotten lucky with anything. And I still can't get a fourth unit up. That's like our biggest challenge. And everyone's so tired, I might as well fast forward it a little bit. It's ridiculous. We're gonna win it. There we go. Oh man. Yeah, that's a Ridley Scott battle, yeah. Okay. So, we've got money for another Royal Recruit, by the way. 600's enough. So we can get our fourth guy. We got some insight from that. What do I need? Probably food. I used, like, no ammo. Look, we use no ammunition. Saves us a ton of money. Got a bunch. Veterancy is actually useful though, because it does. If veterancy is adding, you know, 6 more morale per unit, I feel like getting this veterancy up is good. We've got lances. I can give a lance here. Sell the rest. Force march. Why didn't I use this camp before? Why did I skip it? Got more weapons. Okay, then we're gonna jump over here, which has cheaper recruits. The general's carbine does not work, so we're gonna sell that. There we go. Okay, looking good, looking good. Any more royal recruits here? Another for 449. Dude, I think there's a way to make this work. I think there's a way. We're 2 thalers off. How do we get 2 thalers? You know what? Alright. This dude's just gonna be a little rough. Okay, this is the furthest we've gotten, guys. There we go. We got the infantry discount here. I don't even know what to call these guys. These guys are like the milice, because they've got literally nothing. We'll call these guys the Revolutionary Guard. Where's our grenadiers? Actually, let me give that to someone else. We'll give him the guard, and then we're going to make this guy the grenadiers. And the grenadiers will give them the grenade symbol, so we know. There, now we know everything. We'll go blue uniforms. I really want buckshot at some point. I know I keep mentioning that. I think we're going to just fast forward, or rather force march, and try to find a patrol army now. A duel. Well, I don't care about the guy in reserve. Why not? Okay. What's he got? He got a promotion? Morale +5? Yeah. Okay, do we want the morale +5, which he's at 42, or 40? I think this guy still wins because that supply wagon gives us all free supply. Which, you know what? Maybe this guy could just get replaced then, like that. This way, at least there's some morale and stamina being given to these dudes. I'd honestly say the grenadier should be given the stamina and morale. And then these dudes can just get the supply wagon with the extra range and stuff. We've got some of these. I think the general's just got to give even more morale. Just keep stacking this until it's maxed out. And now I need to find an army to beat. There we go. There's one. Come on, get over here. There we go. Alright. They're Blandian with hussars. God damn. Some royal recruits. Damn, this army looks tough. Okay. Well, here we go. I've got to stack everything into that morale thing. The morale insights. This is gonna suck. Yeah, yeah. The hussars are gonna wreck me with 48 charge. The thing is, I do have something for the hussars, OH. I do have one thing. Check it out. I have excellent Chevaux de Frise, which is probably the best field emplacement in the game to repel charges. So I'm gonna take 70% less melee damage, and I get 30% charge resistance. So this guy, I need to line him up so that the hussar charges him. Somehow, we need to somehow bait him to taking him on in the center. So to do that, we'll put these guys on the side. Maybe what we'll do is with the grenadiers. Maybe what we do with the grenadiers is we fire in advance so that the unit in the front is dead. And if the unit in the front is dead, this guy will charge. Yeah, the general can also bait. You're very right about that. The general could bait. Yeah. Let's move up here. Do forests reduce cavalry charge? I don't know. I think I mean, they give you cover, and cover, I think, protects you a little bit. But it's probably negligible. But I definitely think we could bait a little bit with the general just to disrupt the lines in the middle from them. These milice are going to be horrible. I don't even know what to do with them. But yeah, we might have to fight this battle a couple times. I'm actually okay with that. We've got a min-max. You want to tell everybody to hold fire. Tell everyone to hold fire so that they fire when the enemy's closer in their effective range. Once they stop, there we go. Now we're going to shoot. See, the AI is smart. They'll move up at least a little bit. Gawpaw with the recruits. I don't know, dude. I think we would get charged down by hussars if we did that. What I'm thinking we do is move up here. Shoot these guys, really try to break the center. And if we can bait the hussars to charge us by leaving a gap, sometimes they'll do that. But I want the hussars to charge because we got chevaux de frise. There we go, and then run back. Yeah, they also get less combat effectiveness. Gosh, if I space out just a little bit more, can I break them? No, it's just barely not enough. Oh, I did it. Okay. Okay. You know, I'm not going to move because I need to put the emplacements up. And if there's a gap there, they might take some bait here. Look, I got the chevaux de frise up with grenadiers behind them. Yes, there we go. There we go. There we go. So we're going to run back. Our general's fucked. Okay, we might refight this battle because, dude, he's fucked. He's fucked. Yeah, I don't know about this. All right. Run. Run away. Oh, jeez. Okay, one. Okay, he's alive. He's alive. He's alive. There we go. There we go. They're waiting for the charge to cool down. Here they come. So they're going to hit us in the... Of course no one shoots. God damn. Oh, we got it. Nice. We got a volley off with the chevaux de frise. Excellent, excellent. I'm going to pull these guys back a little bit so we can gear up for our own charge. Look at that. Look how well the chevaux de frise did against the hussars. Then... There, that's enough charge momentum. Then bring the general up. And we got it. Nice. We knocked them out. Now they're going to come back. That's our problem. How do we ensure... If the guard falls back and the grenadiers form up really quickly and they go on free fire, they could probably shoot them in the back as they run. But the other dudes have got to get out of their way. These guards... How come they're not shooting them? There we go. Okay. That's not perfect. But at least, you know, a quarter of their HP is gone and the morale is going to take a while to refill. That's not bad. I'm going to pull these guys more into the forest. I think that'll help. Actually, you know what? How many kills are these guys getting? 60, because they're half blocked. They're actually in a really good spot as it is. Not going to do that. I feel like I should break these royal recruits by maybe double teaming them. I feel like the Revolutionary Guard could kind of pull up here and fire. And then once they do, I think my Grenadier unit will charge in. And these guys are going to rally, but it's going to take them a little while to come back. Oh, they're moving. Fuck. Damn, we had it really good on the right. Okay, then we will fall back. I just want to push these guys up and get a little more fire off. That's good enough. Good enough. We got to charge in. Let's bring Napoleon here. I'm going to ensure that I'm not using any ammunition. The Hussar is going to come back soon. Soon he will. But I just want to clean up what I can before he does. This is a little risky, but I might just try to boost. 64, 63, 62. My guys are actually doing really well. I'm going to try another charge. Those charges aren't worth it. They're just hurting my general. The right flank is okay. I'm going to pull these guys back. I'm surprised they're actually holding. I think it's because they're not being really targeted. right now. Okay. I'm gonna pull these guys back now too. I still don't really know about this. I don't really know what the game plan is once I get rid of these guys. And the thing is, they're just going to rally again. I just don't have anything decisive enough to... Yeah, they're going to... They will not rally until they come in range with the officer, and they will come in range with the officer as the retreat path coincides. I mean, I could just do this. Okay. Okay. Can I try to bait the cav again? That's the question. I'm on hold fire. The cav doesn't want to charge us. It's fine. These recruits need to pull up here. Gosh, everyone's just back. Yeah, this is really tough. The doctrines really screwed me up too. And we're running. I'm gonna have to fight this again. I'm just wondering... Oh man, this is rough. I need something like buckshot. I really do. What's gonna have to happen in this battle is I'm going to have to replenish. So let's inflict as many kills as we can, because we know we're gonna lose. That's fine. Inflict as many kills as we can. Replenish everybody, and then immediately fight it again. These guys are so tired. What are they even doing? Finish reloading, damn it. There, at least they're regenerating now. I'm getting hit on the side. The enemy's lost like a quarter strength per unit, so that's not bad. Replenishing all of our ammunition. I'm gonna have to just move this guy. Where do I want him to engage? Where do I want him to engage? I guess he can just fall back like this. Okay, he's shattered. Is he just gonna die completely? If that ends up happening, then I think this... Oh no, he won't. He won't. I was gonna say the last time it kind of bugged because we lost a unit due to shattering, but the reason that happened is because we retreated from a battle after. But yeah, we're just gonna hold, inflict as many kills as we can. We inflict as many kills as we can, and then replenish and then fight the battle again. And we need more recruits. We need more veterancy too on these guys. At least we're gonna gain veterancy out of it, right? So our stats will get better. I think it's time to retreat this. There. If I let more guys shatter, then they're gonna take more casualties. Okay, this is fine. Lost that. Killed 20% of them. Only 20% does suck. I wish it was a little bit more. Used no ammo. That's excellent. I got full replenishment. It's good. Drill. Hopefully there's an army behind me. Okay. We're just going to drill in front of them. Oh, I didn't get the third day of drilling in. Are you kidding me? That looks rough, doesn't it? Oh, man. I think this is impossible. I just think this is so tough. I'm a level 5 veterancy, but... Damn. Damn, that's really, really tough. Yeah, I don't know. It's outside of Paris. They're trying to put the revolution down. Maybe Russia could have been a better pick. I don't know. I like the idea, though, because the royal recruits are the worst recruits in the game. And it's just very interesting to me from the perspective of it being a challenge. I know it's possible. This is absolutely possible if you got really, really lucky. But you need some form of luck. They've got a river. They're going to lose at least a little stamina crossing it. Maybe I would... You know what I would do? I would hold up in the town. I'm going to move up here. I'm going to form up in the town here, and the enemy's going to be in the rivers and look, they're going to have to cross all of this and lose all their stamina getting to us. In fact, it could even be interesting. No, I like this idea here. So we're going to let them cross those rivers. Hopefully drain a little stamina. Just a little bit. Only a little. And we're going to get to this town, which has 100% cover. Okay. And I'll do fire and advance tactics with the grenadier. Put the milice over there. And yeah. Look, they're coming in piecemeal. So I need to try and get like a flank off if I can. And just focus everything on him. And I don't think we have another shot at this battle because we need manpower and we don't have any more. Yeah, they're coming in one little bit at a time. So we're going to work our way up. And if we eliminate an officer, then that will be good for us. Yeah, how are the hussars? 681 of them. How many were there originally? Damn. French hussars. This guy's getting dunked on at the moment. So, not too bad. Okay, here we go. Dude, if we could shatter him, that'd be amazing. Wouldn't it? Oh, we could shatter him. We can shatter him. Oh, no fucking way. We did it. Shatter the officer. I'm looking at the mini-map just to make sure we're not getting flanked right now. Once this dude is shattered, I'm going to redraw the line. Oh, come on, guys. Why are they exhausted? I'm going to have to move the general around to do it. They can't do it. That's incredible, guys. You are so bad. The milice with the reserve muskets are so incredibly bad. I've got to go shatter them. I go take care of these guys. Oh, they're exhausted, which is excellent. I'll move up on the hill. I'm going to save the grenades. And then Napoleon's going to swing back in a sec, but I got to shatter these guys. There we go. Okay, we're looking okay. Oh, they will not give up. It's so frustrating. There we go, got him. Okay. We're gonna do our little trick. And the enemy's still coming in piecemeal, so we're still actually holding quite well. Oh, man. Focus on the guys outside the river. Like, these guys, they have so much cover. I want to hit the dudes who are exhausted. Who's got the... Okay, yeah, these guys have the excellent Chevaux de Frise, so they're going to be the target for the Hussars who are in the river, which is very good. I suppose you're right that this guy's kind of harmless because he's in the river, but he does have 100 kills, so... I still want to take him out. And then I can roll up and hit this guy on the flank. Yeah, they still have 100 kills. In fact, they have just as many kills as everyone else does currently. And I bet I can get rid of them soon. I think it's because they're Fusiliers, whereas the other guys are regular recruits. So if we can get rid of the Fusiliers, that's very helpful. I think these guys are winning their fight. Nope, they're not. Then I'm going to pull back into the town with cover. I'm going to double team this guy. No. God, they won't break. Is it because the officer's nearby? Yeah, look, the officer. Level 2, so he's giving 6 morale. Yeah, if they didn't have the officer nearby, they'd be dead. So... I don't know, it is what it is. I think what's cooler, though, is if we break them and they run away and leave the radius, they'll shatter. Because they're being artificially held up right now with the officer's morale. I'm going to begin firing and advancing then. Let's be a little more aggressive and then use the grenades and roll up. We have an opportunity to hit these guys in the back and rupture them. So, you know what? I'll do that. There we go. We hit them. They're running away from the officer, which is good. And so they might go down. I'm going to bring these guys in the back and probably grenade the other dudes. They're going to leave the radius and lose a bunch of morale. So they left the radius. They'll still probably come back. That's fine. I'll hit them. And then I'm going to grenade this guy. I need like a perfect grenade throw on him. They're not going to come back. That's awesome. So one of them is permanently gone. There we go. Let's get a good grenade toss here. Perfect grenade toss. Let's throw another. And then no volley fire. Just hit them quick, 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 quick. Okay, they're not going to come back either. So let's pause and assess the situation. 2 of these guys aren't coming back. We have 3 enemy units left. One's tired in the back. But he's doing very well. He's got a lot of kills. What if instead of buying better muskets, you spent all your money on grenades? Dude, I think, C-Stan, the way to get through this at this point is if we give... You're absolutely right, dude. If we have grenades and buckshot for all of these guys, we would have won this battle already. That is the way these guys can be basically force multiplied. So I do think with the war spoils here, instead of buying another royal recruit who's going to sit there and get 80 kills, let's get grenades and buckshot. If these dudes had buckshot, I mean, look, 631 kills because of the grenades. Imagine everyone had that KDR. I think that is definitely the way to go. What do I want to do next? These guys are useless right now. Really useless, especially because they're tired. So I'm going to sit them in the back so at least they'll become somewhat useful. We're going to hit these guys in the flank. Yeah. There we go. They're not coming back either. That's another unit that's not going to come back. I'm going to bait the cavalry, and they are going to charge me if I shoot them. And I'm going to put the general behind them. And I'll have this shitty revolutionary milice support them. There they come. So they're going to charge across the river. I need to put... Okay, we're bracing. We're not going to get the stakes up in time, unfortunately. Damn, that really sucks. Oh, I think we kind of did. I think we did get the stakes up. We did, just in time. They appeared momentarily. These hussars are going to be a nightmare for us, but they got tired crossing, right? No, they did not. They didn't even get tired, damn it. We're actually doing remarkably well against them due to those chevaux de frise. Wow. I'm really impressed. 71 stamina, I know, isn't that insane? Okay. What's up, Kelly? You read your book? Okay, cool. Are you okay? Okay, I'm just checking. Okay, look at this. On the way back, we caught them. Can we hit them a little bit on the retreat? Come on, guys. Load. Oh, no, they're going to go and rally everyone. Oh, my God. That's going to be a disaster. It might be over. This officer is retreating and going to rally all 3 recruits. Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. I think it's still winnable, but that does suck. Oh, yes, okay, at least he's shattered. He will still actually... The officer's technically alive, so he's going to rally them. But we shattered the hussars, and only 1 came back. Okay, okay. These guys got that last shot off and saved the day there. That is very good. And I'll line everybody up in the south. And I think the general's probably most needed up top. Okay, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Okay, we're going to do fire in advance again. Luckily, the morale is so bad. Let's have everybody focus fire. Check their melee. I don't even need to check their melee because it's about the same as mine, and they're wavering, so I might as well finish them off. And I'll start actually advancing now. We did it, guys. We won the damn battle. Thank God we had shattered. How come they're not firing? Oh, I put them on hold fire. Whoopsie. Alright, we got it. Now we just gotta clean up in the south. Dude, these guys held in the city again. They did what they needed to do. The city defenses are so helpful. Guy in the city hasn't fired a single shot. No, he's been fighting. I think at the end he just got out of range. There we go. We got it. Okay, well, there we go. We're definitely going to replenish. Laszlo, you like the Lion and Eagle? I'm glad you like it, man. That's cool. This guy's giving morale. Let's see if we get another morale trait. Veterancy gain, cavalry. I'm going to reroll once because none of these are that good to me. I mean, reload is okay, right? Do we take reroll or reload? You know, I don't mind taking the reload if we're going to get buckshot and we can rapid fire the buckshot. So let's do it. I don't want to waste any money. Let's pick up buckshot and grenades. We're going to spend all of our money on that. And we can't sell anything here because they have bad resale value. Where's all like the grenade stuff? I forget. Is that the gunsmith? Oh no, powder house, duh. Okay, this is what we want here. So, a nice big pack of grenades. You just got very unlucky, C-Stan, if you got the same traits on a reroll. Like, really, really remarkably unlucky. Unfortunately. And buck and ball. That's 468. We have enough money for it. Is this worth it? Or should we go for a higher... Should we look for another town for a higher quality? Get a small bag of grenades instead? I don't know if I should get small. I like the large grenades. The large ones are actually worth it, I think. Unless your idea is to do 2 packs of small grenades instead of 1 pack of large, which I could see. You'll see how effective it is in action. I'll see how effective what is, Dan? 312 is expensive. Yeah, get grenades somewhere else. I mean, I could... They are basic quality, you're right. We could go for the cheap ones if they're stopgap, right? Until we get higher quality grenades. And then grab this. And this way we're not burning through all of our cash. Throw in the herring that we don't... Oh, no. We can't sell anything. We cannot sell. This place is horrible for selling. Let's grab these 2. That's the way to go. And with the remaining money, we need some kind of weaponry. No bayonets, unfortunately. We do need some weaponry for our dam. I mean, this is useless. Or, sorry, this is actually useless. You can't do anything. But we should not sell here. Because, look, you're getting 20% less selling here. So with there 97 left, I have to get him a gun. Because he's genuinely useless. Liège is just all-rounder. I think an all-rounder is good because I don't really know what that guy's going to actually be doing yet. So I'm going to grab this so he has something. This is not a bad musket. It's actually just above average in every single stat. So I like the Liège. We have more grenades now. We have these grenadiers. Our grenadiers will give a yellow brim. So we know. Who else has a good melee stat? These guys are very elite, these guards. Why don't we give the... I like buckshot for the grenadiers. I do like that. How about a revolutionary guard can get the grenades too? There, those are our 2 guard units with grenades. Give grenadiers red brim and yellow brim. I could do, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I think though everybody, I'll just know if they have the gold brim that they have grenades for now. I think that's good. We need to go sell. I could raid this place just to knock it out. All of our objectives keep spawning so fucking far away. It's so annoying. We could just knock out that row. 1, 2. I think we sweep up. Maybe we sweep up far north and then sweep all the way down. I want to raid this place first. Because we need, like, money and food. And it's very fitting to raid Paris as the revolutionaries. There, we got a little bit of stuff. There's an encamped army, could you imagine? Okay, we got an outpost. Just need a little bit of reservists, that's fine. Who's our... These guys suck. Draw, coin... I'll draw provisions, because I'm gonna go on a big adventure. There we go, 10 morale now. I'm gonna go on a big northern adventure here. I need to just hope I get lucky on something. Oh, yes, dude. Please. Do I take weapons or roll the dice to see if I get buckshot? But it could be canister, which is useless. In which case I'd sell it, right? But do I go for weapons, which could be a bayonet and a gun, or roll the dice for more buckshot? You guys tell me. What risk do I take? Canister does sell for crap. That is true. Weapons have the most value. Okay, let's go for it. Bayonet and a Potsdam. Totally fine by me. Upgrade that. Upgrade that. This guy's actually useful now. Okay. And then one more outpost. It's 10,000 guys. That's fine. Low on ammunition. There, we got a French guard, which we can't use, unfortunately, just to make our lives even harder. But look, we get excellent weaponry. And look how much manpower we're going to get. Bang. Tons of reservists. And this is a level 7. I love this grenadier here, but I want to keep the John Coping on him. This guard is more defensive, right? So why don't we give him a long-range Charleville? If we're giving him a long-range Charleville, why don't we make him not a grenadier, right? Because this guy's supposed to be parked and doing chevaux de frise to hold a line. So he's holding. This is like our Swiss guard. That's our Swiss guard. There. That's how I view him. And then why don't we make... Who's got the best melee? This guy's got the best melee by far. For some reason. Apparently the Charleville is really helping him. How's he have that much shock damage? Oh, the veterancy. Aha. Well, this is going to be our secondary grenadier. And you said, what colors do we go with on the brim of the hat? You said grenadier should have a red brim, like this. That looks a little weird. Weird, though. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, I don't love that. I think the little bit of gold brim is fine for the grenadier. I'm gonna give everybody a number. There. So we have our 2 grenadiers. I'm gonna give this guy the excellent bayonet. He's got a light bayonet, which is also good. Let's give him a charging weapon. A Tula. Or John Coping, actually. John Coping's for our charging units. We definitely want to give the Spontoon to our Swiss Guard, who now have 50. It's so funny. Swiss Guard from Temu, yeah, it's so funny. These are all actually Royal recruits, but we're like treating them like they're these like elite guard units and shit. The elite Swiss. Let's open a slot for them there. Let's actually take the stakes out and give it to someone else, and then give him like morale and gators would be nice. Actually, perfect. Give him some pikes. And then we can just give shoes to everyone else. Give wooden stakes to these guys with bayonets. I really like Charlevilles just because I like being able to get the first shots off. So I'm going to give him a Charleville. He's already got one. T is also decent. I think the rest I'll probably sell. The Milice are getting better now, which is nice. We might as well equip some stuff for now, though. If we have to fight a battle. Like, there's no point in not, and I could always unequip it. There. This way I'm not buying any item slots and everyone's using what they can. Alright, this is our first battle where we're going to try double grenades. Can I run away a little bit? Drill for 1 day. Oh, it didn't give us the drill. Alright. Okay. I can take on Volunteers Dragoons. I'm okay with that. Double Royal Recruit, I can take that on. More Royal Recruit, I can take that on. German Grenadiers, we just dealt with them. Morale Recovery, but they're really slow. Here's what we're going to do. If they're slow, we do what we did in the last battle. Let's swing the whole army all the way to one side of the map and make them slowly try to drift everything out, and then knock them out one at a time. That's the best way to deal with this personality here. Okay. So, what side do I want to swing them on? Maybe make them all swing over and start trying to get across the river. But I feel like I'm backed into this with no cover, so I don't like that. I could swing this way, and they would have to bring everything over, so this guy would get engaged immediately, and this guy's going to be so slow. 13 move speed to go all the way over. So I think that is what we do. Just get everything moved over. And just make them... In fact, I might even go like that to be really lopsided. Just to make this guy take a while to get to us. They kind of turned, which kind of screwed up the, the idea, but... I'm going to put the Swiss right in the front. I'll put the Milice as a guard. This guy's got long range. Maybe he'll help do the bunny hopping in the middle. And then our 2 Grenadiers will be on the right and just grenade to death the dangerous unit, which is the Grenadier. And who's got buckshot? Our Grenadiers, okay. Then you know what? If he's got buckshot and he has less range, let's put the other guy in front. And this way, by the time I bunny hop over him, I'm in range. It's cool the way we're like organically making our own. Usually you go down the you know, unit tree and they become better, but it's cool to organically just see their stats grow from what they were originally. Our Swiss Guard unit's not bad too. His stats are actually fine. Okay, so look, they're slow, and this guy's gonna be stuck in the forest all the way coming over. So let's hit the Germans. There we go, they're perfectly in range too. Not good for grenades though, because they're on an angle, but that's okay. We're gonna save the grenades and just focus on exchanging fire with buckshot, or buck and ball. There we go. Buck and ball torture. Yeah, Buck and Ball is doing good so far. I got double the kills the other guys got. This Revolutionary Recruit reloads so slowly it's not worth doing the cycle for the Swiss. The Grenadier is fine though. I can cycle them. And I'm going to use the grenades once I can clear this guy out. Because we're just on an awkward angle. Are they charging me, really? Then, yeah, that's fine by me. Let's get this. I mean, I've got the stakes up, and I should reload in time. They're so slow. They're gonna get even slower as they drain their stamina here, and they're already 25% slower than normal. Look at that. Fire if you got it. I've got Chevaux de Frise. They're just gonna get negated on the charge. And these guys are going to run into my stakes and get knocked out as well. I'll have these dudes in the back ready to countercharge as needed. Okay. And then we're going to just grenade these guys. Okay, we're doing fine over there. There we go. Perfect grenade throw. And then we've got buckshot. We're going to fire the buckshot, and then we're going to charge in. Come on, guys. Fire, fire, fire. Why are they not shooting? There we go. Nice. Broken. Look, the enemy's still not formed up, so that little oblique attack helped us out a bit. There we go. He's back. This guy's going to come back, so I'm going to have this grenadier with the good bayonet deal with him when he comes back. I'm going to throw a grenade right in front of myself. Which hopefully we can get off in time. But I don't know. Ugh, these last guys running up to the front, they're not going to get the grenade off. That's a shame. Yeah, that's so annoying. Alright. Oh, they killed the supply wagon. That's funny. Said, fuck your free ammo. I really want to get that doctrine for Napoleon where he gets the much larger unit size. Because I can actually use him as cav then. Because he's already useful here. Like, he actually pretty much saved these guys. And if he was any bigger, it would be even more helpful. They're going to come back again? No, they're not. There we go. Yeah, I got the good angle. C-stand on the grenades. There we go. Throw one more. Yeah, the grenades were a good call. I think the meta for this, it's very interesting to discover what meta you have to do to get these royal recruits to work. And I think it pretty much comes down to grenades and buckshot. Look, I mean, look at these guys with the buckshot and grenades, 722 kills. They're getting like late game kills with that combination. There we go. So we're slowly crawling our way up out of this hole. We need pretty much like 3.5 brigades to take on the HQ and win. That's my estimation. I have enough manpower. What would be more useful? Some money to get up to $800. Or food. I have no food. Unfortunately, I have to take it. I have no food. Okay. And we haven't spent anything on ammo, which is awesome. So I maxed out morale. Now I need to max out the food consumption. Yeah, dude, the veterancy is actually surprisingly helpful. The fact that I get 12 morale, 12 accuracy, 12 reload, 12 charge, 12 melee, like, this is not bad. And this dude's just a standard general. This is kind of cool. This one's also... Okay, both of those are decent. Army item slot cost. That's useful for playing tall, which we need. But let me look at the others. If I'm in open terrain, I get 10% combat effectiveness, or I just get 10% combat effectiveness standing in this general's combat range. But if he's outside of it, we lose combat effectiveness. I like the gentlemanly. I think there are moments where we are out in the open. We're not like sitting in forests all the time. I think we can take that. And I have lots of guns. If we hire another recruit, we're in a good spot. All the battlefields are... I guess we take this one and then knock those up in the line. And then we take... Any more like cheese? No. I get another royal recruit. And I think we have to sell off as much as we can aggressively. I like the mead. Let's just sell stuff off aggressively and get another recruit, I'd say. 476. Do I want to keep the Tula for the recruit? I like the Charlevilles. I enjoy them. There, we got another recruit. We're going to be taking a strain on our food now, but that's okay. And then I almost like morale recovery for our Swiss Guards, so I'm going to give them that when they can. We can go 1, 2, 3, and then work our way up. The fact that we don't even have 2 brigades full, it's pretty rough, but yeah. Okay, let's just get moving. We're going to lose a lot of food doing this, but hopefully we get a good encounter. So this is worth it, but we don't have the money. It's worth it in that you could sell. Oh, fucking hell, the thunderstorms are really screwing us because we can't move. Well, that sucks. We got 2 battlefields left. I need to pick up some kind of food. So I'm going to have to sell... I need to come up with $20. There. I think it's raiding time. If I raid, I'm going to sit there and die. Enlist a recruit infantry if I had a worn uniform. I don't have one. What's the chance we get a... Do you guys remember if I sold a worn uniform at any of these towns? Because if we can get a free recruit... Do you remember if I could just go and purchase that again? I have no money. No, I think we just got to keep moving then. Like, I don't think we have time. And I've got to knock these out to get the general's unit size. You sold it there? Yeah, I can't even afford to buy it back. I've got no money. More cavalry stakes. I like the stakes. Like, they're helping us fend off these mass charges. There. And look, we got a supply cache for a battle. That's amazing. That's good luck. I can't even use a fucking heavy infantry. Okay, at least the general, look. General's got 420 guys now. And he fights 15% harder. So that's like a free cavalry unit we got. Now we go knock out the supply cache for food. We could fight that encamped army and just really grind it. I mean, if we can't fight the encamped army, we can't fight the HQ, right? So I think maybe we have to dive in and just do our best in that encamped army, see if we can get through it. And if we lose, that's okay. I think it's just, like, if we can't win against an encamped army, there's no chance to win against the HQ. That's just the truth. So. Yeah, time is nearly up. It is really damn hard. Look how big the general is now, look at that. Now we have a cav unit. Yeah, it's really, really hard to get off the ground and have enough time. It's a very interesting challenge. And I bet if you ran this challenge a few more times, there's like luckier runs with encounters you can get. Damn, they're getting close. Petrin Doctrine loves charging. I need to just throw these grenades. You know what we could do for the boss fight? Maybe what we do is we hunt for even more grenades. And we just hope after the encamped army, if we can win the encamped army, we can just hope and pray that we survive it and have enough money to go find grenades and buckshot. Load up on it and see if that will win us. Just pray the enemy isn't cavalry based. I'd almost wish they were cavalry based because I have all stakes. But if it's artillery based and I have to assault them, doing an assault with all this shitty infantry that's going to get annihilated, that's going to be rough. Because I have the equipment to deal with charges. I have so many chevaux de frise and stakes. Okay, before I lose this, or win this rather, I need to go replace all this ammo so I don't have to pay for it. 400-man cavalry isn't enough. It's pretty much just there to stop enemy charges. Like this. This is the whole purpose of it. Just to do that, and you see the morales push down. It's not going to actually do anything significant. Yeah, Swiss Guard are excellent, aren't they? How did they shatter? Are you kidding me? I really lost a shattered unit on a depot battle. That's crazy. What do we want to take here? Probably manpower. Do I take manpower? Yeah, dude, this guy lost so many guys. The Milice. Those Milice are so bad. I gotta conscript to fix them. I got a uniform, but I already resolved. C-Stan, I already resolved the encounter, dude. Unfortunately. I resolved the outpost. See, it's gone. Yeah. That would have been good, though, if, an extra recruit. Maybe we just get less, again, more just food consumption. Yeah, we're going to sell all of this. I think the morale recovery is nice. Well, no. I like that he just gets 4 morale. I prefer that. Maybe 40% stamina recovery. That's actually good for him. I just want him to have a little bit more. 8 charge. Wow. 8 charge. I can't afford to open up more slots. I kind of want this guy to have better charge. He loses a little bit of morale if I do that. Much better charge, though. That morale is so low. 44 morale is just not high enough. I mean, maybe it's okay, because I need to boost everyone else's morale. Like, I've got other guys at 31. So if I can even it out a little bit more, maybe I have to do it like that. And then what was our next plan? I guess to try to take out the encamped army. We have 10 days to wipe out an encamped army and find a city that doesn't exist. There's no cities. $19,000 men against our 11,000. I would say we book it. There is Paris and I burned it, yeah. I say we book it and just try to get grenades. I think that's our best bet. Five days pass. Oh. Damn. Oh, jeez, man. I'm gonna starve. I know, dude. I mean, what do I even do? I'd have to dive an encamped army. This challenge is an impossibility. There's probably a village right there. Alright, we're gonna force march. And slowly bleed. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what? I'm okay to fight this. Get over here. Okay. We beat this, replenish, go to the town, get food. I think there's something we could do here. All right. We're gonna get through this quick and clean. Quick and clean. Da, 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 da. They have a lot of cav. Isolating the Swiss over there, he's probably gonna die. Yeah, I'm not gonna put the Swiss alone. I'm gonna bring them over because they've got a cav doctrine with a bunch of cav there. And I guess from this battle, we want to go probably replenishment. No, I don't think we need to. I think we can go food with veterancy. Veterancy's good. It's been giving our guys a lot of stats. And because they're recruits, they gain veterancy more. So we'll go veterancy with food. There we go. There we go. Rainbow weather's not a good sign. Yeah, it's more extra morale and stamina. I mean, it's okay. It works both ways, at least. Yeah, the Polish loading screen I think is very nice, isn't it? We'll replenish the ammunition, so we don't have to spend money on it. Probably fast forward through most of the gunfighting here. It's all provincial cab at least, which I can get through. I'm gonna keep my grenadier style units behind them. Okay, here they come. They're gonna charge in my stakes, I'm fine with that. Also, for an aggressive AI, they seem hesitant to charge. Yeah. Yeah, I do wonder, actually, why they don't want to charge me. They're probably just waiting to soften up my targets, the targets in the front. I mean, if they just mass charge me, then they're just going to die. So they probably want to just soften up with the infantry, and then all the cap's going to come pouring in. There, now it's all coming in. I'm playing MOC, and if you sell items where you buy them, do they go for more? I don't think so, no. Alright, we're mosh pitting over here. I'm gonna swing the general over. Yeah, here's all the charges that you wanted. There we go, they're breaking. We're doing okay. We got it. We're breaking them. It's just a few of our, like, recruits on the flanks are breaking now. Okay, we're good. There we go, we got it. Yeah, dude, I know the amount of casualties we took on a patrol is nuts. I think I think we gotta go with replenishment, probably. Because the village is right there for food. Got some veteran C. We have not spent any money on ammo this run as well, which is very lucky. Get rid of all this. God damn, the amount of manpower requirements. I think we have to buy another recruit too. To at least have 8. Yeah, we're gonna have to just do it. We just need bodies at this point. I mean, this is not gonna be enough to beat a Marshal level HQ. We're gonna just have him at 1,200 men. Have him at 1,200 as well. This guy's a level 8. He needs to be maxed out. He's a level 2. He can be at 1,200 as well. Any of our high level guys need to be maxed out if possible. I think this is good. We need something for morale. This is useless. I guess cover effectiveness would be nice. Infantry accuracy is okay. I would go with the cover effectiveness with deployable speed. And I'd probably take some of those deployables. And maybe move these guys over here. So all the Chevaux de Frise get placed quick. And then maybe I have to swap these guys over to the other officer now. And then the guys with the wooden stakes can also come over. So look, all 4 of these guys have deployables, so they're going to get quickly placed down. And then they've got extra morale and stamina. And then the Grenadier are going to take less fire damage, which I think is good when they're charging. And they're going to be in open ground because they're Grenadiers, right? So I think actually switching them around is not so bad. I've got a level 9, which is kind of cool. Gosh, imagine being able to access the tree. I mean, it wouldn't even be that helpful, because like, you would spend all of it to go up to, what, 55 morale? And my morale is already 48. HQ's on the way. I have food. We could try to get to Sedan. Hopefully the convoy just gives us $1 million, then we can go to the convoy there. You know what? I would do that. If I take stuff on the left, my army or my general is going to be even bigger. If I take stuff on the right, then my general can inspire my guys, which he probably needs to give them some melee so they can defend cavalry charges. Or do you guys think getting some extra morale recovery or melee would be better for the guys near my general? Getting charged down is pretty rough, right? So probably melee, but I also think if you can... my guys are going to be running away, so I think rallying them is going to be important repeatedly. I can see us rallying our guys over and over and over again. So they're going to rally 15% faster. I think that works. We're going to get to Sedan and buy manpower to replenish and then drill. Damn, we could have got like if we had like $400, we could grab buck and ball or probably buckshot with grenades and manpower, and that would have been the perfect. We would have had some kind of chance, but as it stands, there's. Oh, we don't even have enough money for manpower. Yeah, there's like no chance. Is there anything we can part ways with? %4 melee damage received. This is not even going to be noticeable. That gets us up to 82. This thing is giving us 2 melee, but losing action reload. It's actually a detriment. We need $2. Oh my fucking god. We are gonna die, but we're gonna see how many we can take down on the way down. Sell the cheese. Where's the cheese at? Lose 4 morale. Yeah, I guess we have to. Damn, that was barely any manpower. Holy shit. Didn't even do anything. I think we got to get this level 5 fully up. And then, yeah. And the rest is just drilling, I guess. Dude, we're fucked. We're so fucked. Look, they're going to defend too. Cover effectiveness with defense. With a bunch of artillery. We're just going to get shelled. At Sedan. Alright. Guys, you know, we did what we could. Is this even worth fighting this battle? Do you guys want to even see this? Is it even worth fighting? Or do I just... Yeah, we got Gentleman Cav. This is actually going to be like the true Battle of Sedan, because I'm going to be holed up in the city just getting bombed. Yeah, not only Mr. Hippo is it 5 artillery, it's howitzers. They're howitzers, so they're going to just do an incredible amount of damage. With low accuracy, but because it's Marshal, they get high accuracy, so... Yeah, I mean, our best bet is to run into the city and then just die over time. I'm going to rush the general ahead so he takes the bulk of the artillery shots. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do every exploit tactic we can. They're all firing at Napoleon, right? So... There we go. Alright. This is what we've got to do, guys. This is like a Warhammer strategy. I would never normally do this, but you know what? This is what we've got to do. How much ammo are they using? Like, no ammunition. Oh, incredible. It's not even like we're wasting their ammo. Look, some of them haven't even set up their cannons yet. I think that we just gotta move now. I think that was a complete waste. So... yeah. Let's just advance. We're gonna have these guys form line. Grenadiers will be behind them. Also, doesn't Valbin like to charge? No, they're unlikely to be aggressive. Okay. They get a ton of cover effectiveness, and they're in the city with me, so I'm screwed with that too. Yeah, this is the true Battle of Sedan with the Krupp guns. Look at this, dude. 80 cover with 60% cover effectiveness. No one's ever going to die there. I'm never going to kill a single guy. Like, they're barely taking any damage. I'm completely fucked. This is going to be a decisive defeat. I don't think I've ever seen the decisive defeat screen. Today's the day, man. Today's the day. Incredible. It might have been doable. Yeah, I think there was like a moment where we were kind of building a little momentum. The issue is just that you have to disband all your troops. You get 2 recruits to start the game with. Should award 6 insight points. Yeah. I mean, there is a bug that any defeat that we were having should have been giving us insight, and it wasn't, but I don't think that really would have helped us very much anyways. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, we thought we were Napoleon the First, guys. I think we were Napoleon the Third this whole time. These grenades, like, if I were to do this again, I would have actually probably subbed out an entire recruit unit for just more grenades. They're so useful. By the way, the howitzers are knocking out entire platoons. And I'm breaking already. Awesome. Dude. Yeah, I mean, this is awesome. This is going to be a decisive defeat. It's going to be incredible. Wait for all the cav to charge in at the end and just completely wreck everyone. God. Like, they don't even have a lot of kills, but just the sheer amount of them adds up to like 1,000 kills across all the guns. And it's just really hard to deal with. Okay, that morale recovery speed helped us though. This is so bad. We're just in our cauldron. The quote from Napoleon III in Sedan is, "We're in a cauldron about to be shit on." That is what he said before he got bombed by the Prussians in the city of Sedan, which I'm literally in right now. So. Swiss, look, these are the actual Swiss with 80 morale. Meanwhile, my fake Timu Swiss are here at the front. Recreate McMahon's charge? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to slowly die. If I just charge him, just the whole army breaks in seconds. So. Yeah, we've got an army of cosplayers right now. And just look at all the gentlemen cav waiting in the back. Just waiting for their time. I think they're just laughing on their horses. Why does the AI wait until the end of the battle and then charge the cavalry in? There's 2 reasons. Number 1 is if it just charged them at the beginning of the battle, you would just kill them all. In this case, it's actually advantageous for them to wait, because look at all my health and morale. Now if they charge in, I'm going to break and die. But the second thing is AI is really, really hard to make. And one programmer built the entire game. So the combat system, formation drawing, movement, combat, reload systems, the campaign system, army compositions, unlocks, achievements, localization, everything you can possibly imagine that went into building this entire game was all done by one programmer. And so if that programmer, think about this, Empire Total War probably has worse AI than this game. I think that's a fair statement, right? Empire Total War also had a multi-million-dollar budget and like 100 people working on it. And in terms of Master Command, there were 3 of us who built this game. So that's the other thing too. Like in terms of cavalry utilization, yeah, they don't know how to read the board like a player would to do like deep flanking, waiting, timing, rear charge, cycle out, reposition, charge again. Like they just aren't going to be that advanced. So it's more binary for us. Like, do they charge or do they not charge? And in this case, when we were teaching or like designing the AI, we just thought maybe they shouldn't charge at the start of the battle, because let's let the infantry engage and the artillery fire before the cav moves in. So yeah, we have one programmer. I was the designer, director, and then we had one other developer who didn't do programming, but he does like all the animations and visual stuff, like UI. So those are the 3 of us who worked on it. And then we, of course, had artists, one full-time artist, and any of the other artists we brought on were temporary contractors. But that's also impressive with the art that it was, most of it was just done by one person as well. So in terms of the UI and the busts and everything was done by one guy as well. Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. Look, Napoleon is just sitting alone, sad. He's gonna go to the church with his supply wagon. He's gonna pray inside the church. Please, God. God, forgive me. Please. Yep, that's it. I mean, hey, at least we made it. This is the first time we made it to the HQ battle. So if I did this, 3 more times, maybe I'd make it a little further. The first time we couldn't even get across the patrol at the beginning. But it's definitely a fun challenge. Oh my god, 75% of them lost. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yep. I don't know. Look at this. Napoleon dies in the field of Sedan. It's very fitting, isn't it? Very fitting. Who made the PLC units? They're surprisingly well researched. We had 2 volunteers in the community by the name of Oberst and OH, and they pretty much designed the whole roster and everything for them. And I was not going to include them in the DLC. I was just going to work on Sweden. But because they did so much work for Poland, I was like, hey, we can just put this in, because they were going to make it a mod. So Poland was originally a mod that just got turned into a base game DLC. That is the idea behind that. You want the sneak peek of the concept art, Mr. Simply? I can give you a sneak peek if you'd like. There's 2 projects I'm working on in the background right now. But let me just check something. I think I have to put out a little hot fix. I can't find... Yeah, I can't find how to do that. So what our artist made, Nico, is he's doing some concept art. And it's pretty cool, actually. We are looking at the 1600s for an MOC sequel. And he built all this in like, he made this in only a couple days, which is very impressive, but we wanted to see how you could customize your guys. And he put a lot of stuff together, which is pretty cool. I'll just show you around the layers. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There are other things in here. I don't know why I can't find... Is it the uniforms? Aha, look at this. There we go. So we got lots of these different colors and styles. And I think you can even layer them together, which is very cool. I like the Scottish one. So you can put like this with armor over top of it, like leather armor, or look at that. That's pretty cool. I like this. And then those are all the same. I wonder why. There's other helmets. Oh, there's infantry helmets here. Check this out. Aha, look at that. Yeah, so I did not like... I think the 1600s is probably my least favorite century in history. I don't like the aesthetic. I don't like the uniforms. I don't like the tactics or anything. But I think our artists, our concept artists, really, really did a good job in convincing me to show me just how much customization and color and vibrancy and just interesting armors and uniforms. Like, this is really cool that you could construct this, for example. And I think it's... very interesting to me in that regard. And I also know, like, C-Sand, you're saying a lot of dudes just wear brown. That's why I don't like the era as well, because everybody just wears gray, beige, and brown. But I think that we could probably do that for the militia and just kind of bend history or exaggerate it a little bit, that the professional troops actually wear, like, color schemes. So here's another example. You know, if you were to fight the Swedish... One second. It could be more like this, right? So you still have like tans and browns and stuff, but it still has a lot of variety. Or if you were to fight the Spanish, it would look like this. So again, you still have tans. It still looks like the 30 Years' War, but you have an actual color scheme between a lot of reds and yellows, for example. So I do like it from that perspective. And so we're concepting stuff for the 30 Years' War. And I was thinking that players would be able to actually switch out equipment. So you could change out shirts, hats, helmets, and layer armor on top of shirts dynamically. I thought that would be really cool. And then you could dye them too. And so troops can start off without the armor, without a helmet, and with basic, you know, shirts like this. And then slowly they can layer stuff on. Wasn't Free Company supposed to be the third game? Yeah, it was, but I think we have downscoped it enough that I think we can do it. I think we can make it possible. That being said, we're just using the month of June to do concepts throughout the whole month. And so if we get further into the design and find that it's not doable for us, then we won't do it. But we've, I think, made a lot of little compromises and figured out how to go about things to where I think we feel a little more confident in it. I think the other thing too is the previous ideas that we had mentioned with like the Succession War is just not that interesting. It would be more fitting with the MOC system. I think it's more fitting with the MOC system because you want that like older like camp feel. Rather than going with the 1800s, like industrial warfare feels weird with a camp, so I don't really like that. But I think the 30 Years' War is just very, very fitting for what we're trying to do. What are some of the compromises not in 3D? I think the battle map will still be in 3D. I'm primarily thinking that the campaign map will have some concessions where it's not going to look like this beautiful Bannerlord competitor. I think it's going to look more like MOC1's style of campaign. So I made this, for example, to show the scale of what the map could be. It wouldn't be procedurally generated. I would be handcrafting everything. But this would be kind of this size. So if you want to go from France to Germany, it'd be about the length of 3 full MOC maps to get there and back. But like, I feel confident in this. I think we're going to hire a couple programmers. I think we'll take probably like 2.5 years and just start with a small section of Europe, and then we can add stuff on like Poland or Russia or Spain over time, or even Britain. Maybe I wouldn't even think we would need Britain for the launch of it if it's about the 30 Years' War. So I made this other map here where I kind of divvied up things into sections and thought this area in white could be the first scope of the game. And then we could add on the area here either as a DLC or if we have time. And then we can kind of expand it out later if we need to as well. But this is much more manageable, just covering this area. And I don't know. Again, this is just concepts. Nothing here is confirmed. Nothing here really matters that I'm showing you. All of this could be thrown out tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the month of June after having released the DLC to explore different concepts and see how we can get things to work and really see what's most in the spirit of MOC. And this is really cool to me. So yeah, I'm excited to see if anything kind of materializes out of that. I think I don't want to do a roguelike campaign anymore. So yeah, I'm looking at doing something that's not necessarily a roguelike. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But we'll see. We'll see. The idea could completely change in a couple weeks. I'm just going to use the month of June to really explore. But, yeah. Modders are going to have a nightmare if they don't have art skills. What do you mean by that, C-Stan? Are you saying that, that it should be like a 3D model of the unit instead? Like, what I showed you looks just like MOC1. I mean, stylistically, it looks a little more detailed, right? But what is the difference between that system and what MOC1 has? Like, I'm not sure what you mean that it's any worse. You just mean the quality of it? It looks better? Yeah. Okay. So does that mean no Victorian MOC? The thing is, I don't think a Victorian game really fits Master of Command at all. I think the Victorian era is about the Industrial Revolution and politics, and it is kind of everything against what an MOC game is from my perspective. So I think I could pretty much confirm that I don't want to do it, that I just will not make a Victorian MOC game, because it doesn't fit. Like, the idea of being in your camp, customizing your troops, changing out the flags, like really getting attached to this little group, this little army that you've got. I think that the Victorian period is about raising 1 million conscripts, throwing them into a war that lasts 30 days, winning on the basis of logistics and outmaneuvering the enemy on a grand strategic level, basically launching pseudo-military operations, which had never really been seen before. A military operation on the scale of what the Prussians did in the Austro-Prussian War, the Franco-Prussian War, never really had happened before. And so if you want, like, honestly, like, Hearts of Iron is like a better engine to represent the wars of the 1870s. And our game is like almost medieval in nature, of the idea of like a traveling army just like stopping by villages and purchasing things and moving on. Like, if anything, our system would fit better for a medieval game. But I obviously don't want to push our engine in that direction, because I think this engine was really built for like gunfights. So I still want muskets to play a pretty important role. And yeah, I view the Victorian period as basically World War I with colorful uniforms. And if I were to picture what MOC is, I would never picture MOC as a World War I game. I really just don't imagine it as that. And I think the exception is the American Civil War, which is very much like the American Civil War is almost a Napoleonic War equivalent to America, and uses Napoleonic War tactics and weaponry to an extent, but is about 50 years late or 60 years late. And that's why there are games made about the American Civil War. That's why there's many games made about the Civil War. But I think the way that the wars like the Franco-Prussian War, the Crimean War are represented are probably best done in games like Victoria 2 or Victoria 3 or games like that, you know? So, yeah, I'm just not really into the Victorian period. I don't really want to do it. I would say if I didn't do the 30 Years' War, I would probably do the War of Succession in the early 1700s, because I just think the idea of this small group with their army and stopping by local settlements and foraging and stuff like that, I think that just works better in the 1600s and very early 1700s, which is sort of the ages of mercenaries followed by subsidy troops. So after the 30 Years' War, all the mercenaries were gone, and states really cracked down on mercenaries and transitioned to subsidy troops, which was a way that a lot of local small German principalities earned money by renting out regiments. And that's where you get things like the Hessians or the Brunswickers, things like that. Those are like subsidy units. So the eras of subsidy troops or mercenaries, I think, fits very well for MOC in its theme. I just don't see the Victorian period really working. Yeah, I would agree, Pixie, that the 1700s is probably best for MOC. In terms of what comes after Free Company, I don't have I'm not planning multiple games in advance right now. So for Free Company, what will be the new goal, though, since you said you've managed to scale down the scope? I can't really tell you guys too much about it right now, because I think we've done like maybe 3 days of concepting, so I actually don't really have a big presentation to give you on everything we're planning. But the main things we scoped down is just, you know, I think what got us initially excited about Free Company was the idea of, oh, you could be a mercenary and you could also overthrow a country and then lead your own nation, and you could join up with another nation and just be in their army, and you've got simulated trade networks and population systems, and you span the entire map of Europe, and the game lasts 55 years. Well, now with the new scope, the game lasts around 30 years. The map is just Central Europe. You aren't focused on leading countries. You're focused on your mercenary group, or maybe joining up with someone else's army. And the campaign map is not going to be a big 3D AAA looking or like AA looking experience. It's probably going to be in the same MOC1 style artistically. And the busts are not going to be thrown away in favor of like super crazy HD 3D models. They're just going to be still the same bust system, but just a little more detail. And yeah, I think when we just continuously scope it correctly like that, it feels a lot more approachable. I think when we try to make it this big Bannerlord or Mountain Blade competitor with an entire map of Europe, I think that's where it is just not feasible, you know? This is another piece of concept art I thought was cool. I mean, this is just all of the layers that were drawn for the elements of the uniform. But yeah, I always look at this era of the 1600s as all just brown and gray. Everybody just wears brown and gray, and it's not interesting for uniforms. But I think if we weave in color like this and really let the player customize with color and armor, I think it's going to look a lot more interesting with bright flags, uniforms that you can dye. And I think it's also cool if your army started off wearing all browns and grays and looked really disheveled and had almost like a peasant aesthetic to your army at the start, and then ending it with a professional army, bright colors, gun lines. I think that is a really cool progression. And I think it'd also be cool if someone was like, all right, I'm going to try to put knight armor on all of my infantry. Even if that didn't happen historically and would have been ridiculously expensive, that's going to be my challenge. Or someone's going to say, hey, I'm going to sell off any armor I get, try to look for early bayonet prototypes and early flintlocks, and try to build a more modern gun army with only like 2 pike units in the back for safe measure, and really try to get it to, you know, try to advance and then be ahead of the curve and really work into musketry. And then someone else might want to really roleplay the tercio and go, look, I'm going 50-50 between pikes and muskets. So that, I think, is really fun for me. Or someone could do an all-cav army, which they would sometimes do. Like the Poles at this time would have entire cavalry armies, and it would actually work. So, I mean, if someone brought a lot of pikes, that's going to give you a hard time. But, yeah. I think there's a lot of potential. And we also don't need to take everything on. I know some people in the chat are saying like Scotland, Transylvania, the Ottomans. I think all of those areas probably aren't going to be in the initial scope of what I'm envisioning. It's probably going to be mostly in Germany and France. And then if the game does well, we can slowly flesh out the rest of Europe and add in more countries, add in more mechanics, add in more units, add in more things to do. And I think that is a cool way to build on it. And if the game doesn't sell super well, then you just have a nice, tight little, like, 30 years war experience within Central Europe, and that's still a shippable, serviceable game. So I think it's, in the worst case or best case scenario, you still get something fun. So, yeah. Yeah, OH, I absolutely can't keep a secret. I know I literally told playtesters not to talk about this, and then I went into a live stream and then immediately showed it off. I know. I really can't help myself. I was clear, though, with everyone that I am not able to really confirm anything, right? I just want to I don't mind showing off some early stuff, though, just to get your guys' opinions on things. Yeah, there's not even really a need to keep a secret, really. And, if I showed things like that off and everyone said, oh my god, this looks like the worst thing I've ever seen, and 90% of people said, holy shit, I'm never buying this, then I'd go, oh, I'm glad I showed that off so we know that this is definitely not the right way to go. So yeah, I don't mind showing some early concepts now and then, especially because just everything's up in the air. And as long as you guys know that, as soon as next week all of that could be discarded, then I think it's fine. We're just showing stuff around and just chatting. So yeah. Otherwise, yeah, the DLC sold super well. I think the DLC gave me a lot of confidence to be able to pursue something like Free Company if we go that route. Because of the way it sold, I feel like I have the funding to pull off something like that, and I'm not like in trouble and need to like rush out a game in a year or something. So I think I'm more open to considering it, at least now. But yeah, I've got nothing to hide. I think the only time I would want to hide something is if something was really, really much, a work in progress. I mean, to be fair as well, though, even with MOC, I was showing off, in our development logs, I was showing off what the game looked like when MOC used to look like this. Of course I have to watch ads on my own videos. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm signed into my own channel, and YouTube makes me watch an ad on my own video. Isn't that dumb? But yeah, I mean, I showed off when MOC looked like this. We used to have square formation, by the way. It worked for a little bit. It got cut. Look how few models there were in regiments. Yeah. I was so excited about this. It's so funny. I think the black outline looked nice, C-Stan. It actually got removed for performance reasons. It got removed for performance because this would actually mean you would need to load pretty much every single model. Notice how small these units are. You'd have to load every model twice because you had to render the black outline. So that's why when we removed the black outline, the units got much larger because performance improved. So it was primarily a performance problem. Looks like a cute mobile game. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's funny. Look at the look at the officer traits you can choose here in the camp. Isn't that funny there? The early UI. Oh my gosh, look at the campaign. Oh my god. I love when OH writes in the chat, I really miss when the game used to look like this. You guys really went the wrong way. This is the game we should have gotten. Yeah, well, OH, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I'm glad we didn't I'm glad we didn't go that way. Wow, look at the little emblems. I never said that. You did, OH. I know you said that. This was the little composition screen. Which is kind of funny. We had to redo the campaign map so many times. This is the old shop, too. Going down Nostalgia River. I know. It is just fun, though, looking at... Because the game's pretty much done now, so it's fun just looking at the old development logs, I think. But, yeah, I don't have too much, I don't have too much else to chat about today. I just want to show off a little bit of those concepts, which I know I should have maybe not shown stuff off, but it's fun. It's just too fun. I can't help myself but just show things off. I mean, the art looks so good. And Nico did it in like 2 days, so I had to show it off. What else? Is there anything else to chat about? I think that's about it. I think I'll head out, guys. But thank you for watching my horrible failed attempt at Royal Recruits only. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you, and